Shalom, shalom, y'all. It's the midweek check-in. It's Wednesday. What they call it? Hump day. Remember that camel? Yeah, man. It's just the midweek check-in. Excuse my attire. Excuse my scruffy and roughness. But most high willing this weekend we get all nice and groomed and all that good stuff and be back to normal by the Shabbat when I come back and speak to y'all again. If the most high would have it be that way. But just wanted to do a little something real quick right here. And we're going to call this one Judge Righteous Judgments. Start off with the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 28, verse 13. Curse the whisperer and the double-tongued, for such have destroyed many who were at peace. Good News Translation. Gossips and liars deserve to be cursed because they have been the ruin of many people who were minding their business. Man, I don't even need nothing. That's plain. Proverbs 3:30. Strive not with a man without cause, if he have done thee no harm. Good News Translation. Don't argue with others for no reason when they have never done you any harm. I remember back in the day, like in the 90s, around the time that I was a part of something that was kind of popular or whatever. And it was like a guy that was my neighbor, and I saw him in the mall, and he was like known for fighting. Like he just was like, had a reputation that he just could fight real good. And people just used to like to watch him fight. And he just came up to me for no reason and just was like, yo, point out who in this mall you want to see me knock out. And to some people, they probably would have been hyped. They probably would have been ready to point out somebody because they just wanted to see something crazy. But just my spirit, the way that I was at that time, and I wasn't even in the book like how I am now. But, you know, and I still got ways to go. We all can grow because nobody don't know it all. We all know in part and prophesy in part. So I'm not tooting my horn, but I'm just saying I was just like carnal as I don't know what back then. But just something in me, probably the way that my parents raised me, shout out to them. My first thing was like, what did he do to you? Because he's pointing out people like, what about him, yo? What about him? What about him? I'm like, yo, what they do to you? Like, yo, I just don't like the way how he look. I'm just like, nah, yo, just chill, yo. You don't gotta do that. You cool with me. You welcome to hang out. But nah, I don't want to see that. That's cool. I'll pass on it, you know. Save that for one time where as though something really do happen and I might need a soldier to stand beside me. But for no reason, nah. And then looking in the scriptures, I see that's right. Let's read that again. Proverbs 33:30. Strive not with a man without cause, if he have done thee no harm. Good News Translation puts it like this. Don't argue with others for no reason when they have never done you any harm. My voice cracked. And, you know, basically, that's that on that for real. Let's get into the next one. This is Proverbs 26:17. This is another aspect. Paint a picture here. Proverbs 26:17. He that passeth by and meddleth with strife, belonging not to him, is like one that taketh a dog by the ears. New Living Translation. Interfering in someone else's argument is just as foolish as yanking a dog's ears. Amplified Bible. Like one who grabs a dog by the ears, in parentheses, and is likely to be bitten. That's what happened when you grab a dog by the ears. If you didn't know, I didn't know. Is he who passing by stops to meddle with a dispute that is none of his business. So what we got so far? Gossips deserve to be cursed, who ruin the lives of many people who were minding their business. Proverbs 3:30. Strive not with a man without cause, if he have done you no harm. He ain't do nothing to you. Why you messing with him? This one. He that passeth by and meddleth with strife belonging not to him. This is somebody who sees somebody else having a conflict and they just got to weigh in. They just got to jump in it, and it don't have nothing to do with them. They the ones who end up getting bit. Like, matter of fact, I've seen it happen where as though two people was arguing, but you could tell they didn't want to fight. Like, they probably was brothers, they probably was best friends or whatever, but they was having a public disagreement. I've seen a person, random person, just walking by and just say something like, "Oh, both y'all some whores." And let me clarify that. In Baltimore, when we say whore, we not talking about the same dictionary definition of a whore, like talking about a woman who sells sex for money. When Baltimore, when they say whores, they basically just call you a punk or a chump or whatever. So the guy, like, both of y'all some whores or whatever, like, get out my way. I'm trying to get in my apartment, because we was riding past apartment complex and the guy was trying to get in. So he said that to the two guys that was arguing. He ended up getting into it with both of them guys. They both turned on him. So it's many instances, especially family disputes, friend disputes period, that have nothing to do with you. Just like the scriptures say, it's best to mind your business, keep going, put your blinders on. I'm tunnel vision. I'm going this way. That's what it's saying, and that's what a lot of people need to learn. That everybody want to weigh in when they see people having a dispute. They don't know none of the details. They just pick who they like. They pick who they think is cool. They pick whoever they, think is the most, getting the most money. Whatever the case may be, that's the side they gonna be on. A lot of people. And some people might side with the underdog. But the fact of the matter is, it say mind your business. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You don't got a horse or a dog in that race. Mind your business. That's all it is. Mind your business. Ain't that what Will Smith said? Heck yeah. This is Proverbs 18:13. Another point. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame to him. New Living Translation. Spouting off, basically shooting off at the mouth, before listening to the facts is both shameful and foolish. Good News Translation. Listen before you answer. If you don't, you're being stupid and insulting. And I don't mean stupid in the way that Baltimore people say stupid as a term of endearment. I mean the dictionary definition this time. You being stupid and insulting. However, Psalm 49:18. This is the reason why a lot of people do get in it. I jumped the gun a little bit, but this is why some people do jump in it. Psalm 49:18. Though while he lived, he blessed his soul, and men will praise thee when thou doest well for thyself. People get on that, what they call the bandwagon. We call it DRing. And I ain't going to say what DRing mean, because we read coming out of scriptures, but you can pretty much figure it out. Something riding. Basically eggplant riding. That's what a lot of people do when somebody got success or got money or something like that. They just jump on their side. A lot of people will do that. You're doing well for yourself, they will take your side. Let's get the Amplified Bible version. We're going to go a little further into it. We're going to read up to like verse 20. Amplified Bible. Though while he lived, he counts himself happy and prosperous. That's what blessed mean, according to the scriptures. Happy and prosperous. And though people praise you when you do well for yourself. But, what verse 19 say? He shall go to the generation of his fathers, the grave. They shall never again see the light. Verse 20. A man who is held in honor, yet who lacks spiritual understanding and a teachable heart. Somebody you can't tell them nothing. They don't have a teachable heart. Is like a brute beast that will perish. Just like an animal. Person who lacks spiritual understanding and a teachable heart. They don't have the understanding, and they won't listen when people try to tell them, try to help them. On that, I say hallelujah. I don't know about you, but that's what I say to that. Hallelujah. Praise ye Yah. The word has spoken. This is Sirach Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verses 21 through 23. Sorry about that. I had a little tightening in my neck. Try to stretch it out a little bit. Verse 21. A rich man beginning to fall, this is what happens a lot of times, is held up of his friends. But a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. His friends don't even want nothing to do with him. But let's continue to read. When a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him too. He spoke wisely, and could have no place. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look, what he saith they extol to the clouds. But if the poor man speaks, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Let's get this out. The Good News Translation, where it's plain and clear. Not saying that's not plain and clear, but just making sure everybody, we all on the same page. Good News Translation. Arrogant people have nothing but scorn for the humble, and the rich think of the poor in the same way. When a rich person stumbles, his friends will steady him, but if a poor person falls, his friends will have nothing to do with him. I know that firsthand. Somebody in a rich place or a high place say something, everybody just ride with him. All his friends with him, people taking up for him. He got all type of enablers. But if a poor man stumble, his friends is like, they just stand back from him. They treat him like he got a disease or something, or like they can catch being unsuccessful, unpopular, or something like that. Like they act like it's contagious. And it might be, because in the Sirach it say, stay away from stupid people unless you catch their stupidity. They say they might contaminate you with it. So who knows? They might be on to something. I think we're going to touch on that come Shabbat, most high willing. We're going to talk about that a little deeper. Some things to think about, and I like to look into them. It's just me. This is verse 22. When someone rich makes a mistake, there are many people to cover up for him. In the industry, they call them spin doctors. They put a positive spin on something that you might have said that you shouldn't have said, or something might have happened. They put a positive spin on it, then put out a new story on it and fix it for you. And even in real life, when somebody of renowned or somebody that's popular say something, they don't even need to pay nobody to do it these days. You got enough fans that's just going to come to the rescue. Oh, he ain't do nothing wrong. Oh, y'all just taking it wrong. Oh, y'all reading too much into it and all that type of stuff, man. That's what people do. That's what the scriptures is talking about, those type of people. Let's get it again, verse 22. Chapter 13, Sirach, verse 22. When someone rich makes a mistake, there are many people to cover up for him. Like, I had somebody say terrible things about me, and I reached out to somebody close to them, and they said, man, sometimes when people love you and they don't know how to express themselves, they say anything about you, they just do it out of love. Say no. But hey, let me digress, man. That's not about me. This is about something where they can help everybody. That's not personalized. It ain't about you. Woodrow. When someone rich makes a mistake, there are many people to cover up for him and explain away all the things he should have said. Explain away all the things he never should have said. But let someone poor make a mistake, and he gets nothing but criticism. Oh, he's a bum. Oh, he's not in the tax bracket where though he should speak on such and such. He shouldn't even speak their name. Oh, he needs to get over it. Oh, he needs to do this. Oh, he needs to do that. I've heard it and seen it. Incident happened this week with the brother Freddie P from Making a Band. And I heard a lot of people, rally to his rescue, say they've heard similar stories with the same people that he was dealing with, and say they feel him and they pray for him and hope he get better. But then you also got people on the other side like, oh, when somebody did something to me, I rose above it. I did this, I did that, so you should be able to do it too. And just excuse all the wrong that the other person did. I just think that's very unempathetic, if that's a word. And everybody's situation is different until you've been in that same situation or a similar one. I feel like you should just keep quiet in situations like that. Once we say again, he that goes along meddling with strife belonging not to him. A lot of people do that. And then what they say right here, many people will come out of the woodwork to defend the rich person or the successful person. Like I remember a long time ago, and I used to hang with different types of people just so I could get different opinions in different situations. Just the way they think it was so much different from mine. Like I like now to surround myself with like-minded people, but back then I was just doing like character studies, I guess. The school of life that I call it just had me doing character studies, and I was attracted to the thought process of the people who didn't think like me. It would be like little pranks that people was doing, shooting people with water guns and stuff on the red carpet and stuff. And there's one female that I used to hang with, she's like, "You don't do that to him. That man that won Emmy Awards and Oscar Awards. You don't shoot him with no water gun. Hey, it's water. It's gonna dry. He's a person." There used to be a guy on here. I don't know if he's still on here or not. I hope he is. I'm gonna look him up. He's called Holy Hill Bloodstained Lane. And he did a video. The first video I ever saw him was about celebrity worship. And he was like, "Man, if I was to hit this person with blood not trickle down they lip just like it would trickle down yours or mine, do not we all put our pants on one leg at a time and stuff like that?" But people just put certain people just this high up, and it don't matter what they do wrong, they won't find a way to excuse it away. And it don't matter what a person who doesn't have that, and is not on that level financially or famous or whatever, don't matter what they do right, it's never going to be right enough up against a person like that. So it's you fighting to lose a battle, you know. But the good news is the Most High sees and knows all, and when He judges, when He step in and judge it, ain't nothing nobody can do or say, you know. So let me get back in this. I got a little off track. Apologize. Excuse me, y'all. Let's get back into the scriptures. Stick to the scriptures, Woodrow. Stick to the scriptures. It says, even if what he says makes good sense, nobody will listen. And that's why I'm thankful for the people who tune in week in and week out, check out this brother right here, because I've never been a person who's been very flashy. But I am a person who I feel like has been blessed with substance. Like my stuff ain't gonna look all polished. I'm not gonna use hashtags and join myself to things that, you know, would make more people come in and watch and stuff like that. This road doing right here where they say that the right road is less traveled, and there's be few that find it. So the few that come in and watch me every week, I'm grateful for each and every one of y'all. And you know, wouldn't have it any other way, you know? I mean, I'm not telling nobody else to watch, but I'm also not telling nobody else to watch. I'm talking to y'all, my faithful folks that tune in and check me out. I'm grateful for each and every one of y'all, and I pray that the Most High give me the words to give to y'all, the proper and appropriate words to give to y'all when I do come on here, and that they do help and make a difference and help soothe some of y'all pain, and help somebody understand why something might have happened the way that it happened, or give even just confirmation. It might be something that you already do, because if you watching me, you already smart. So you already know a lot of stuff, but just give some confirmation, like, hey, what's thinking about that? And then there you go talking about it. That's confirmation out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, like the scriptures say. So I might be just that second or third witness to you, and I'm happy to be that. You feel me? But let's get into verse 23. When a rich person speaks, everyone is silent, and they praise him to the skies for what he says. And I tripped when I read that, because that was part of our school song. Went to a school called Baltimore City College. They say, "City forever will praise her to the skies." Yeah, I read that. The same words is right there. It says, "But let a poor person speak, and everybody says, 'Who is that?' They push him down if he so much as stumbles." That's the truth. I went to a concert one time. It was what was the name of that show? Was it the Hot Nightlife Tour? I know it was Jay-Z and DMX was the headliners. And Jay-Z brought out a group that he had signed what Rockefeller signed, called the Rangers. And they came up and he basically put them on while he did a wardrobe change, or just took a little break on stage. And they was up there spitting, and they was doing their freestyles, and you know, it sounded like good lyricism and stuff to me. But people in my city definitely hard on people that don't have a name for themselves and somebody that nobody know, even if they had the cosign of the one of the hottest rappers at the time and still to this day. Brought him out there and put him out there and told everybody check him out. But they said, "Who is y'all?" Did the chant just start coming out the crowd like, "Who is y'all? Who is y'all?" Like, bring Jigga and them back out. That's what Jay-Z was going by at the time. So if it's somebody that people don't know, they like, who is that? Just like it say, they push him down if he so much as stumbles. And just like I said, even if they say something right, the people still won't listen. They was up there freestyling nice. Sound better than a lot of the stuff that's on the radio nowadays. I know that's for sure. But nobody wanted to hear it because it wasn't who they knew. It wasn't the person they knew to be rich and successful and famous and all that stuff. It's just the way of life. But having that said, let's keep this in mind. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. New Living Translation. There is a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. Let's get our New Testament verse. We always got to get one in here for everybody that, might be like, God, man, shoot, I don't know why they would, but people be like, hey, man, that's the Old Testament, what you talking out of. Everything you said today was out of the Old Testament. So let me give everybody something right out that New Testament just to give y'all that fix for real. And that's not in a negative way. I'm just saying people just like what they used to. Let me see something real quickly. Give me 1 second. While I'm getting ready to read the verse, I already got it written down, but I just wanted to get the next thing that we going, the next order of briefness, as they said on, what was that movie with Marlon and Sean, when they had the ice cream truck? He said, "Can we get to briefness?" Hey, I'm not a comedian. It was funny to me, though. Just the thought that was funny to me. Sorry about that. This is John, chapter 7, verse 24. It says, "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment." New Living Translation. Look beneath the surface so you can judge correctly. They don't say don't judge. Notice this, don't say that. Don't say don't judge. And this is the Messiah speaking these words. He don't say don't judge. He said judge righteous judgment. Or New Living Translation say judge correctly. Amplified Bible. Do not judge by appearance. Don't get it wrong, because do say do not judge, but there's more to the sentence. Don't just underline them words and scratch out the rest like on that meme. Do not judge by appearance, superficially and arrogantly, but judge fairly and righteously. Superficial is an adjective and it means existing at or on the surface. Let's take it back to the old school. Let's take it back to 1 Samuel for the last verse of the day, and then we gonna be out of here because it's just a little midweek check-in. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. But YAH said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For YAH seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but YAH looketh on the heart. And let's get that out the New Living Translation, and we out of here. But YAH said to Samuel, don't judge by his appearance or height. Don't people judge by that now? If you ain't 6 feet, I ain't going out with you. If you don't look this way, if you don't have a good beard, then you ain't the one for me. All that type of stuff. That's what the lady saying. Then the guys, of course, we got our little things we like and stuff. With the brother Kevin Samuel say, if you built like a linebacker or whatever, then get it dug and die alone. But this is what the scriptures say, man. But YAH said to Samuel, this is 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7 from the New Living Translation. But YAH said to Samuel, don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him, the one that had the good appearance and the nice tall stature. YAH doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but YAH looks on the heart. So he ain't worried about how much money you got, how pretty you are, what they say. My granny used to say, the good Lord don't like ugly and ain't too fond of pretty either. He right about how that heart is. What's the condition of that heart, man? And with that being said, the ones with the good hearts win in the end. And with that being said, much love to y'all. Come on, phone. Much love to y'all as always. And shalom, shalom. And most high willing, we'll get back up on Shabbat to chop it up some more. And if not on Shabbat, day after. But most high willing, it'll be real soon. Much love to all of y'all. I'm out.